Oh shit, they done let me in the door. They done gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from out that bottom, talking straight from off the scroll. And these days, I live the life of a movie star.
Yo, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, man. You ain't gotta comment, but I do appreciate it if you hit the sub button if you're new. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about Attack on Titan, but in particular, I'm going to be explaining how the ED for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2 confirms an anime original ending. So, as we all know, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2 is officially out and we have a lot to talk about. We have to talk about the opening and the ending, which I like to call it the outro for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. We have to talk about what was shown in Episode 3 and also the new special anime version of the ending for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. But in this video specifically, I want to talk about the ending, which I like to call the outro, and how it confirms an anime original ending. Now, the lyrics to the song, which I believe is called A Child of Evil, for some odd reason are different on YouTube than what they are in the actual episode, so I will be using the lyrics from the actual episode. So with me combining the lyrics and the visuals, what I get from it is basically Eren's definition of what freedom means to him. Eren wants to be able to go wherever he wants, as far as he wants, without the feeling of his freedom being taken from him. But he also wants a place to return to after experiencing this freedom, which is Paradise Island. But if Eren does not have a place to return to, then Eren feels like he cannot go anywhere, and Eren looks at not being able to go anywhere as just as worse as being trapped inside a barricade, which means that Eren is not truly free, which also means in order for Eren to break free from this barricade, he has to first make sure that he has a place to return to. But in order for Eren to have a place to return to, that means that Eren in the anime timeline has to make sure that Paradise Island does not get destroyed. And by Paradise Island not being destroyed, this sets Eren free from his cage, and he is now able to go wherever he wants, and it doesn't matter how far he goes because he now has a place to return to. And the place that Eren can now return to is a Paradise Island that was abandoned instead of being a Paradise Island that was modernized and then later on destroyed, which also means an anime original ending. So the outro starts off showing Eren, and because of the fact that we are dealing with the anime timeline, we have to keep in mind that this is anime Eren. So we see anime Eren standing in this world that is full of darkness but also has white flowers in it. Now I believe that this world represents the world that Eren is born in, which is a world that has walls. Now what I mean by a world that has walls, basically any and everything that stands in Eren's way of him experiencing freedom. This could be the walls of Paradise, the Titans, the Titan shifters, and also the people that live in the outside world. And the flowers that are seen in this world is a reminder to Eren that the world is dark and cruel but yet beautiful. Now I've been seeing a lot of people say that Kid Eren standing in a field of white flowers is very similar to Kid Eren standing in a field of white flowers in the Eren music video. Now if this is truly a reference towards Eren, then this is Isayama's way of showing us that Eren is still connected to the story of Attack on Titan. As we all know, for the ending for Attack on Titan in the manga timeline, we did get the reverse of Eren. Basically everything that we thought would happen for Eren ended up happening for Mikasa, and knowing that the anime is the alternative route to the manga timeline, then that means that we should get Eren in some shape or form for the ending for Attack on Titan in the anime. Now the reason why I know for a fact that the anime is indeed a different timeline is because Isayama confirms it in chapter 138. If we look at the See You Later timeline version of the What Am I to You scene, Eren is shown standing on the left side and Mikasa is shown standing on the right side, but in the manga we know that Eren is on the right side and Mikasa is on the left side. This is Isayama's way of showing us that the manga is indeed a different timeline. And knowing that we see these type of changes throughout the anime, one example being Kid Mikasa in the manga turning right to look at Eren, while in the anime she turns left. Like I said, this is Isayama's way of showing us that the anime is indeed a different timeline. But now we see anime Eren holding a knife, which then lets us know that this is right after Eren killed those 3 kidnappers in order to save Mikasa. Now in the past I explained that Eren going to go save Mikasa is one of the many influences that was made by either future Eren or Ymir to make sure that the story goes into a certain direction. If you do not know, the anime and the manga timeline are fixed timelines. Basically timelines that was influenced by future Eren or Ymir for the story to go into a certain direction. And like I said, Eren going to go save Mikasa is one of those influences. If you look at Kid Eren's expression that he has when he sees that Mikasa is taken, he did the same expression that he does when he sees memories. And also taking the fact that Eren is not the attack titan at this point in time, I truly believe that future Eren or Ymir, but but most likely future Eren allowed Kid Eren to gain access to his future memories so that he can find Mikasa and save her. But then we see anime Eren's scarf transform into a bird, which a lot of people think is a phoenix. Now when a phoenix dies, basically a brand new one rises from the ashes of the old one, which definitely represents Eren because that is exactly what he's gone through. So when Eren does die in these different timelines, Mikasa uses her power to send Eren back in time, and he wakes up in a brand new timeline from the memories of his previous life. And that would explain why manga Eren does wake up to Mikasa saying see you later, because see you later Eren is manga Eren's previous life. And that would also explain why anime Eren does not wake up to Mikasa saying see you later, because manga Eren is anime Eren's previous life. So when Eren kisses Stordia's hand, he's not seeing future memories. What he's actually seeing is his past life. So with us now seeing anime Eren's scarf become a bird, I truly believe that this bird or phoenix represents manga Eren. And because of the fact that we see anime Eren's scarf transform into a bird that represents manga Eren, this shows us that anime Eren was holding a piece of manga Eren. And the only thing that anime Eren could be holding of manga Eren is his memories, which makes a lot of sense because manga Eren is anime Eren's previous life. So we see the bird fly away to try to achieve freedom, but we see how the darkness creates a cage that prevents the bird from achieving freedom and also causing it to die. Now with us knowing that this bird represented manga Eren, I believe that this was manga Eren's way of showing anime Eren his failed attempt to achieve freedom in the manga timeline, which is what anime Eren should be able to see. Knowing that anime Eren does wake up in the anime timeline from manga Eren's memories that he cannot remember until he kisses Stordia's hand. And even though Eren did do that, he still cannot remember everything that he forgot when he woke up in the anime timeline. And the reason is because of the fact that Eren has to look into Grisha's past memories in order to see the future, which is actually just Eren's past life. And knowing that future Eren is controlling how much Grisha is able to see into the future, that also means that future Eren is controlling how much himself is able to see into the future as well, which means that Eren has a gap in his future memories. And the reason why I know for a fact that this is the case is because in Love, which is the story that Isayama copied and pasted from, the main character, which is the character that Eren's character is heavily based off of, when he wakes up in the alternative timeline, he talks about how he has a gap in his future memories, which is what is happening to Eren until Eren and Zeke comes in contact and they get granted access to the time paths, and Eren gets exposed to all these different memories of these different variants of himself that live in these different timelines, which explains how anime Eren is able to see the AU timeline and also the rest of manga Eren's memories. And also knowing that manga Eren does have see you later Eren's memories, that means that anime Eren has see you later Eren's memories as well, because of the fact that anime Eren has manga Eren's memories. But another reason why I know for a fact that anime Eren does have manga Eren's memories is because if we look at Eren's reaction to the time path, Eren's reaction to the time path in the manga is way different from what it is in the anime. In the manga, Eren has a surprised look on his face, and I believe he says, "Where am I?" Now, as we can see, this is obviously Eren's first time being inside the time path, which is why he gave that type of reaction. But the real reason is because of what Eren did in the first timeline. Eren basically gave Mikasa the chance to pick his fate, and Eren would act off of whatever response that Mikasa had towards his question, "Where am I to you?" Which I 100% believe that Mikasa's answer to his question is going to be different in the anime, and also they should be in a different position than what they were in the manga. And like I said earlier in the video, that is Isayama's way of showing us that the anime and the manga is indeed a different timeline. Now, knowing that Eren in the first timeline chose to live out his last 4 years with Mikasa, that means that Eren never came in contact with Zeke and also never got granted access to the time path. And knowing that manga Eren has see you later Eren's memories, there's just no way that manga Eren could remember something that never fucking happened, which explains why manga Eren gave that type of reaction towards the time path. Now, if see you later Eren would have never diverged and instead made it to the Titan path, but later on failed to achieve freedom and also dying in the process, which would then cause Mikasa to send Eren back in time, which would then create manga Eren's life. And then when manga Eren gets to the Titan path, I am 100% sure that manga Eren's reaction towards the Titan path would have been different because of the fact that he would have remembered entering the Titan path in the first timeline. Now, this is where anime Eren comes into play because, like I said earlier in the video, Eren's reaction towards the Titan path in the anime is completely different from what it is in the manga. In the anime, Eren does not look surprised, he does not look intrigued, he looks like he has a pretty good idea of what he's looking at, and I believe he does say this place is. And the reason why anime Eren gave this type of reaction towards the Titan path is because anime Eren has manga Eren's memories, but more specifically, anime Eren has memories of himself entering the Titan path in a different timeline. This also explains why anime Eren's expression to that scenery is so different from manga Eren's expression. And the reason is because anime Eren already experienced that scenery, and you also have to take into fact that anime Eren has more knowledge and also better understanding of what's going on than what manga Eren did. To make it more simple, think of it as a new game plus. When you select a new game plus, you play the game all over again, but everything that you earned in the previous playthrough gets carried over to the new playthrough. This is exactly what the fuck Eren is going through. That toxic ass bitch is pressing Mikasa is pressing new game plus on Eren, and Eren has to play his life all over again. But what gets carried over is his knowledge, aka his memories. That's the most simplest way that you can really put this shit. This shit is really like a fucking game. That bitch is toxic. She needs to go. Now, with me saying all of this, we fall back on my theory about Eren still being alive after Mikasa cuts his head off. If we look at the two ways that Eren has died, in the first timeline, Eren died with his eyes and mouth open. This is Isayama's way of showing us that our character truly died. He does the same thing with Sasha and also Erwin. But if we look at the second way that Eren died with his mouth and eyes closed, just like how Ymir Fritz did. And knowing that Ymir got transported to the Titan Path to become the new founder, we could come to the conclusion that the same thing happened to Eren. So basically, Eren is alive and well inside the Titan Path as the new founder, and he should be able to do exactly what the fuck Ymir was able to do, which is see everything that happens after his death, which means that Eren seen his friends live a long life, and also see Paradise Island get destroyed. And knowing that anime Eren has manga Eren's memories, anime Eren should be able to see Paradise Island get destroyed. So now we go back to the outro for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2, and us seeing a bird that I truly believe represents manga Eren, and us seeing how it tries to achieve freedom and then fails, and anime Eren witnessing that. I 100% believe that this was a way to show us anime Eren seeing manga Eren's failed attempt to achieve freedom in the manga timeline. But I also get the feeling that this was also trying to show us how manga Eren's actions does not only affect him, which causes his death and not being able to achieve freedom, but also affects anime Eren because he is now locked inside a cage, which makes a lot of fucking sense. Because of the choices that manga Eren made, which led to his death and also Paradise Island getting destroyed, and because of the fact that he did not do anything that led to Mikasa sacrificing herself, which would then stop the time loop, Mikasa at the end of the manga sent Eren back in time when he wakes up at the beginning of the story, but in the anime world, and he is now back in a world that has walls. And like I said earlier in the video, these walls are any and everything that prevents Eren from experiencing freedom. This could be the walls of Paradise, the Titan shifters, the people that live in the outside world, and also the love that Mikasa has for Eren. And all of those things is what makes Eren feel like he is trapped inside a bird cage. But then we see the remainings of the bird fall to the ground, which then does not only transform anime Eren, but also the world that he is in. And now Eren is in Paradise Island that has no walls, but more importantly, Eren is now in Paradise Island that has been abandoned. So now what we get from this is that anime Eren seeing manga Eren's failed attempt to achieve freedom in the manga timeline was the only way to break anime Eren out of his cage and allow him to see the scenery, which makes a lot of fucking sense. Now, before I explain why it makes a lot of fucking sense, I have to first point out a very important detail. Anime Eren's eye color changed from the color green to the color gray, which means that anime Eren is not seeing this with his original eyes, but instead seeing this with someone else's eyes, and that someone else is manga Eren. Which also means that this Paradise Island that is abandoned is a memory that has yet to fucking happen. And if you have yet to notice, this lines up with the lyric to the song called Shock that gets played in the outro for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1, where it talks about Eren seeing a momentary flick of an image of a world abandoned, which I said sounded like a memory, and Paradise Island being abandoned is what Eren was talking about. And now I'm starting to think that all the intros and the outros are somewhat connected. Now the reason why all this shit makes sense is because Eren has no future successor. Now if you want to add the different timeline shit into it, then Eren's future successor is himself, depending on what version of Eren you're talking about. But because of the fact that Eren has no future successor, Eren has to look back in order to see forward. And knowing that manga Eren gains anime Eren's memories, and the reason why I know that is because if you go back to chapter 130 to the panel where Eren says all of this is still ahead, manga Eren has memories of events that he already experienced, but also has memories of events that he has not experienced, but anime Eren has. One example is the memory shard of those two birds, which is only shown in the anime and not in the manga at all. Another example is the memory shard of Historia that is only shown in the anime and not in the manga at all. So now we can come to the conclusion that these memories that manga Eren has and also saying is still ahead are anime Eren's memories. And knowing that manga Eren is anime Eren's predecessor, That means that anime Eren can look deep into manga Eren's memories and see the future that manga Eren had seen by looking into anime Eren's memories, which is that scenery. And that scenery is Paradise Island being abandoned. So now you ask the question, why is manga Eren happy about seeing that scenery and anime Eren is not? Especially if that scenery is Paradise Island being abandoned. And the reason is because anime Eren has more knowledge than what manga Eren has. All that manga Eren knows is that he's going to see it, which is why he's happy about it. But on the other hand, anime Eren knows what he has to do in order to be able to see that scenery, which is sacrificing his friends, which explains why anime Eren is not happy to see that scenery. And also, if you did not know, this scenery is what made Grisha give Eren the power. Now, the second that you see an anime Eren in Paradise Island that has no walls and also abandoned is when you should have knew that AoE was confirmed, and this is why. Now, Paradise Island being abandoned is the results of the rumbling. So I have a question specifically to the people that does not believe in AoE or kind of believes in AoE. How is Eren seeing the results of the rumbling if he told Armin in the manga that he does not know what happens after he dies? But I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be able to give me an answer, because the only way that you can answer that question is if you use my theories about Attack on Titan getting an anime original ending. Now, the reason why anime Eren is able to see the results of the rumbling is because in the anime Eren is not going to die, which is the only way that Eren can see the results of the rumbling. Now, this is why Attack on Titan getting an anime original ending is so inevitable, because even if this was Eren seeing a Paradise Island that was modernized and destroyed, it still would have confirmed an anime original ending, because the fact of the matter is Eren is not supposed to be able to see the results of the fucking rumbling. Now we need to talk about Love, because whether you like it or not, this story that we all fell in love with is a copy and paste. So in order to get a better understanding of Attack on Titan, we need to talk about what inspired Isayama to create Attack on Titan, and that is Love. Now in Love, there is 5 plans that gets created, which is called alternative plans. Now alternative plan 4 is basically Armin's plan, which is trying to create some type of peace and understanding with the people that live in the outside world. Now just like in Love, this plan ends up failing. And now we have alternative plan 5, and this is where shit starts to go left. Basically, war continues, Paradise Island gets destroyed, the powers of the Titans are still around, and the cycle of hatred continues. But there is something that is very important about alternative plan 5, which is going to tell us a little bit more information on what type of anime original ending that we are going to be getting. So in alternative plan 5, a small number of people get selected to be able to abandon the world and migrate to a different planet. And what do we see in the outro for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2? Paradise Island being abandoned, which means that the Eldians migrated to the outside world, which is what they do not do in the manga. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'm starting to think that all of the intros and the outros are somewhat connected, because Paradise Island being abandoned connects to what has been shown in the outro for Attack on Titan Season 2, which means that all this shit was planned. Isayama, you motherfucker. But in the outro for Attack on Titan Season 2, we can see a bunch of people walking towards the outside world. I believe that these people are the Eldians that used to live on Paradise Island. And if that is true, then that means that everything that is being shown in the outro for Attack on Titan Season 2 that supports AoE is true as well. Like Eren and Historia kissing. And if they are kissing, then that means that Eren is the father of Historia's baby, unless the bitch is cheating on the farmer, which I don't really blame her because she doesn't even know his name. But now we see adult anime Eren. And after seeing manga Eren's failed attempt to achieve freedom in the manga timeline and also this scenery, anime Eren knows what he has to do, and that is to not make the same mistakes that manga Eren made by believing in his friends, but instead anime Eren is going to make the choice to believe in himself, which means anime original ending. But this is the end of the video. You ain't gotta like, you ain't gotta comment, but I do appreciate it if you hit the sub button if you're new, and I am out, bro.